him calling her the devil wasn't our highest moment, and her accusing him of having an entire campaign implode and suggesting he's completely unfit. These weren't high moments of rhetorical argument, but I defer to you on that. Juan Williams, your thoughts?
Well, I thought Donald Trump was the man of the hour here. It looked to me like he was flailing, desperate at times, made it very personal, went right at her and then at Bill Clinton, even turned away from Mike Pence, as we heard Dana mention a moment ago. So this was all about him, and I think that if you watch this, and I was watching carefully, the way he was standing behind her, looming over her, the way he was pointing his finger at her, interrupting, I don't know how that played, again, to the larger audience, specifically to the women who are, the heart and soul of the undecideds who will determine the outcome of this election. But when it came to substance, I don't think Hillary Clinton had any problem. I mean, she was, for instance, on Syria, very clear about what she would do, what she would not do. But when Trump says, I put you in jail and have a special prosecutor, he just fills the room. Everybody's paying attention to Donald Trump. Everybody's paying attention to him and the videotape and his response to Bill Clinton. And again, Hillary Clinton chose to lay back and allow Donald Trump kind of to fill the space, to be himself. Said, go check the fact checking, go look at my website, because a lot of what he's saying is not true. But the consequence is she didn't punch right back. She just allowed him to really occupy the space and have most of the attention. Will that benefit him? I don't know, but I do think that she was very clear that she was more presidential, more thoughtful, and more substantive tonight.
Juan, and it was different because obviously this is a town hall format, so we had the dynamics of the walking around the stage, Hillary Clinton addressing people, answering the question, going to them. Donald Trump didn't sit down. He kind of stood up and paced a little bit. She sat down in between answers. I think there were, I don't know, Tucker, if he's going to be upset with the microphones this time, but there were 80-plus sniffs that you could hear. And I think it's just his breathing. But what about the dynamics in that room?
Well, I mean, if you take 3 steps back, if this debate had played out a year ago, I don't think anybody watching would have believed this could be happening. I mean, America has just really changed a lot. And because we're so absorbed in following it, sometimes we miss the changes. It's a different country. Expectations are different from what they were a couple of years ago. That's the first thing to know. Second, if you take 3 steps back again, what are they arguing? She is arguing that America needs some improvement, and we can tinker around the edges, and we have plans for this and for that, but basically everything's fine and getting better. He is making a very different argument. He's saying this is a disaster. We're about to go off the cliff. Afraid? You should be really afraid. And those are just 2 entirely different constituencies. If you're benefiting from the status quo, obviously you look at Trump and you're like, where are you from? But if you're not, that's a pitch that you're open to. He's not winning on points. He's never going to win on points. He's never going to win on like linear thinking or, pulling this fact or that fact. But on an emotional level, can he win? Yes, he can. And I think he might have won tonight on that level, for sure.
And the polls show us that fear is actually one of the top motivators for getting people to the polls, and that his voters do feel more fearful than hers do. So he's smart to play that card.
Definitely.
Because he does need to get out that vote at this point. What a night, right? And what a difference we saw in Donald Trump in particular from debate number 1. He had her on her heels many times. We saw a Hillary Clinton that wasn't quite as calm and cool and collected as she was in the first debate, but there is so much more to talk about this evening.
We will be right back with our panel as live coverage of the second presidential debate continues from the spin room at Washington University after this.